Are you tired of the same old retakes? After watching this video, you'll be on track to becoming a retake god. I'll be teaching you guys 15 of the most useful and efficient retakes. These building maneuvers can be utilized in creative or even in a real game. The retakes mentioned in this video will work for any input, whether that be you using a keyboard and mouse, controller, or even a guitar. With that being said, let's get right into it. Now, you guys have probably already heard of this one. You run while placing a stair, put a cone above your head, and jump to the side while placing a floor under you to catch yourself from falling. Now, this one seems simple, but it's just the beginning. The more retakes we go over, the more difficult they become. So try not to get discouraged if you mess up. If they're challenging for you, imagine how hard it would be for your opponent to read where your next move is going to be. This side jump gets a little bit trickier. After you side jump and look down to place your floor, you're also going to want to place a stair under you. This boosts you up enough to get a better chance of gaining the high ground over your opponent. After you've placed your stair, you can make a quick 180 to get that extra edge on your enemy, leaving them clueless on how you gained high ground off such a simple yet swift action. This side jump is not as good for regaining high ground, but it gives you a way better chance to piece your opponent up like a fish. This retake is also very good for protecting yourself. By side jumping without the stair and instantly high walling, it blocks your opponent's shot to avoid you being hit. This also gives you a nice opportunity to counter piece control. That's enough side jumps for now. Let's get into some double ramp retakes. A double ramp retake is essentially a movement that you can do while coming out of, you guessed it, a double ramp. This specific retake is very easy once you get the hang of it. Basically, what you want to do is double ramp until you feel like you've bored your opponent enough. Then surprise them by placing 2 high walls and 2 low walls in front of you and a stair above your head. Now, this will leave you to decide what you would rather do. Ramp, edit through, and continue to double ramp, or do a 90-degree turn and keep going. There's endless combos that can go with this retake, which is why later in this video, we'll discuss a very important combo to go with this retake, and one I mentioned earlier in the video. Similar to our previous few retakes, this retake involves a high wall. What you're going to want to do is make a double edit, but only edit the last 2 single tiles so you can protect your back. After that, you can place a wall to connect yourself to prepare for your jump. Then you're going to want to make a 90-degree turn to the right or left, whichever you prefer, and make a high wall while placing a stair under you. Like our last retake we talked about, in this retake, you'll use the double edit technique, and you'll also be placing a wall to connect yourself for the 180. After you've double edited, do a complete 180 to confuse your opponent. At this point, you can go for a shot, high wall, retake, etc. The possibilities are endless, which makes these certain retakes good and extremely flexible for different levels of gamers. Before we get into the next way to improve your building skills, if you want to become an even better player, you can access all of our courses and bootcamp content for just $7.99. If personalized coaching is more your speed, you'll get 10% off any session with any of our pros. That being said, let's get back into the video. This double ramping retake comes in handy when you're trying to outplay your opponent. While double ramping, put a cone in front of your ramp. Now, this will make your enemy try and guess what your next move will be. Then you can flip your ramp sideways and side jump to the side of the cone you just placed. After you've jumped, you can either place a ramp under you for more elevation, do a high wall to protect yourself, or go for the full piece. The Thwifo cone has been used since the first year Fortnite was released to the public, but just in case you don't know what it is, basically double ramping, then you turn and place 2 walls and a cone above your head to protect your back. After this, you'll jump up and place a stair. As soon as you place this stair, you'll go into a side jump, confusing your opponent. Now, this is when the retakes start to get more challenging for the average player. Remember the retake where we side jumped while placing a stair? Well, this building move is the same way. This time, you'll be placing the stair sideways or laterally. Make sure you're jumping to the same side that you're placing your stair, meaning that you should land on it facing the same way the stair is. Lateral stair placement gives you a better angle on your enemy and their whereabouts, giving you better intel and knowledge on how high or where they might be. Protective side jumps are key to not being hit when you're trying to gain the high ground. What you're going to want to do is place a cone. While doing this, look up and place a wall to the side that you're going to be side jumping on. Then high wall once you land on your floor or stair to be completely protected from any shots. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the question of the day. What is your favorite retake that we've covered in this video so far? Take some time, pause the video, and let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We've officially reached the tricky side of things. If you have to pause or slow down the video to fully understand these retakes coming up, don't be afraid to do so. First, we're going to start out with a normal cone above our heads. Then we'll side jump, place a lateral stair in the direction of your choice. And at the same time, high wall in front of you and to your left or right to block shots from your opponent. This gives you leverage on knowing where your opponent is and is the best way to gain high ground from them. This retake may seem easier than the one we mentioned before, but trust me, it's not. Remember the combo we talked about earlier in the video? This is the one. With this side jump, you'll have to place your stair high wall way quicker than the lateral side jump due to your back being exposed. You're gonna need to protect that way faster than you would doing a lateral side jump. You knew it was coming. This double side jump maneuver is very useful when it comes to getting high ground in a very small amount of time. What you're gonna wanna do is place a cone above your head, side jump while you're placing a stair under you, and then you'll place another cone above your head and perform the same side jump to the side of your choice, while still placing a stair under your feet. With this retake, you can also do a 180, much like the regular stair side jump before. If you're looking for the best way to get high ground while sacrificing some risk of being shot, this is the retake for you. Basically, you'll do a normal stair side jump just like before, but here's the twist. You will then turn to your right at the top of the stair and place a floor and another stair laterally. While you're doing this, place a cone at the top of your lateral stair and do yet another normal stair side jump. Now this will leave you 3 levels above where you just were in seconds. Once you get the hang of this retake, none of your enemies will be able to keep high ground from you. Before we get into the last retake of the video, you can also try out different combos with any of these retakes. They all work really well with each other. This retake is challenging, but can be easy once it's practiced thoroughly. First, do your elevated double side jump as mentioned before. Then, once you finish on your stair for the ending side jump, place 2 high walls and a stair above your head to protect yourself. This retake will really only be used when your opponent is really high above your head and you're trying to gain back the high ground while being protective with your builds. Another exception for using this retake is showing off your build moves to your friends. Well, looks like that concludes today's video. If you enjoyed this pro retakes tutorial, make sure to like, subscribe, and don't be shy to turn on that bell to get notified for future tips and tricks videos. Let us know in the comments which retake we talked about today is your favorite, after trying them of course. Once again, my name is Zephyr. I look forward to seeing you in our next video here at ProGuides.